policy. Okay, so go back to page 6. I think just now I forgot to draw the LM, so if you want to, put in the LM too. Okay, but remember, your diagram is not crucial. As long as you tell us the IS will shift to E2, then shift back, then fixed exchange rate, it will shift, right, to, in this case, or should I say, fixed exchange rate shift LM back, flexible exchange rate shift to point M. Then you just draw it. Okay, right, so the focus of today's lecture is just to teach you how to read the diagram. And when I come to tutorial, I will teach you how to write up the analysis and of course to look at some of the discussion on savings and investment. So I don't want you to worry that yet. Focus on getting your basic analysis correct. Okay, so that was the discussion of our horizontal BP. So that now let's look at vertical BP. Okay, so for vertical BP, must be very careful. Remember, not all countries will actually fulfill this condition. Alright? Primarily, we will look at North Korea or even say Myanmar. Myanmar may not be vertical anymore. It might be just very steep. So we really just want to go through the analysis to prove a country that has closed door policies will find herself being caught in the economic situation. So let's look at our diagram, put in the pointers. So we'll do monetary expansion. Later we will use the same diagram to do fiscal expansion. Okay, so shift our LM down. Okay, we will get our E2. Generally, you can see income goes up. So whether you mark out Y2 or not, it's not critical, right? Income definitely go backwards. NX, negative. The interest rates drop. Okay, but capital account, 0. So make sure you anchor well on this. So with a country in mind, it's useful. Alright, if North Korea's interest rate drops, we're not even sure whether there's interest rate in North Korea, right? But presumably, we use this diagram. Funds cannot flow out of North Korea. Right? The people cannot say, oh, I want to send money out to buy foreign bonds. They can't do that at all. So net capital flow is 0. Adding the two accounts, the BP is a deficit because 0 plus NX and the BP was exactly due to the NX. Okay, so we take a note here. The BP was a deficit due to NX deficit. So for BP to be back to 0, NX must be positive via income drops back to Y1. You are either at point E1, okay, or you can call it X. You do not know where your curve will shift, but at E2, you know you either go E1 or on X. So again, you begin with the end in mind, knowing what is the size of BP, knowing how to correct the BP, right? The size is primarily deficit in NX. So NX must be positive. Income must go down. Right? So you either reach E1 or point X. Then you start analyzing, right? So in a case of vertical BP, we will only analyze fixed exchange rate. They will not have flexible exchange rate because they are a closed door economy. They don't let funds go in. Naturally, they don't want to let exchange rate fluctuate. So only under fixed exchange rate, so we could see. Okay, the BP was the deficit, so we know the currency weakened in real and nominal terms. Okay, so money still flows up because they buy imports. Okay, that can happen in North Korea. Right? The elites in North Korea can afford foreign goods. So they will actually try means and ways to get US dollar or Japanese yen or whatsoever. Right? So they will actually, right, convert the currency to foreign currency. So in other words, there was an increase in supply of LC. So government therefore must increase the demand for it. Buyer, again, government will buy. This is the third time you're doing already. Like I say, if you know market forces, you will know what government should retaliate. Right? So import goes up. People are converting the currency away. It's good to say government, or should I say, individuals are selling away. So supply increase, government must demand, government buy, money supply will drop, LM will shift up. So at E2, put an arrow back. And you can see income will drop to Y1 at E1. So there's nothing to drop. Right, we merely just put another arrow and we put here, this is under fixed exchange rate. That we know the LM has to shift back. Right? So it's all about developing patience and adopt a very systematic approach to this topic. Alright, so don't let it kill you. You should at least win half the battle. So monetary policy doesn't work. Okay, so as an exercise now, use the same diagram. But now analyze for me expansionary fiscal policy. Find for me where is E3, reduce size of BP, and the exchange rate. Okay, and once you finish, look at your fixed exchange rate. What will government do? Find for me your E4. Use the same diagram. Don't waste time to redraw another one. Whenever we do vertical and horizontal, we can share diagram. Right? So you start at E1, you're not at E2, you're at E1. But now use expansionary FP. Find for me E3. Find for me the size of BP and the exchange rate. Then under your fixed exchange rate, analyze, get me point E4. So it means in your diagram, you must locate 2 points for me. E3